Showtime, baby. Yes, Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Here we are, guys. Weekly comic wrap up. I don't know about you guys, but up here in Canada, specifically Montreal, super hot, man. It was like almost 30 degrees Celsius outside. I heard my kids all week, Daddy, I want to go in the pool. I want to go in the pool. So, yeah, I had to open the pool. So, as you can see, I'm like sun kissed a little bit, burning, but I'm still here. We're good to go. But, guys, of course, special guest tonight. I do want to give you guys a little information about the channel. Right now, May 27 is going to make 1 year since, well, I kicked off the channel already. Yeah, a year. Wow. But there's a lot more content and things coming your way. So I just wanted to share with you guys, actually, to kick it off before we get into, the 1 year mark. This upcoming week, I'm actually going to be sitting down with Michael Schwartz, who is the creator of Armored Number. Well, I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to pick it up this week because it dropped on Wednesday. Some shops got it. Apparently, Penguin is going to be releasing it next week. I think it's on the 29th. That shops are going to be starting to get that. So keep an eye out for it. I got a copy from Michael Schwartz digitally, and I got to tell you, it was an incredible read. I was just blown away by it. He's really onto something with this. So it's a mini series. Now, it was available through Kickstarter. If you guys missed it, like I said, now's your chance. Shops are going to be receiving this in the upcoming week, so keep an eye out for it. But yeah, Michael Schwartz is going to be hopping on. Now it's going to be a pre-record. We're not going to go live, so I'm just going to sit down with Michael and talk about this book because it was absolutely incredible. And yeah, I don't want to go too further into it because obviously we'll save that for when he's on. But keep an eye out for this. And like I said, few announcements. 1 year. Well, I did come from the Comic Kingpin, so yes, there's going to be a reunion show. So I ventured out. I've done my thing in the last year, but I haven't had the opportunity to really hang with the boys. So, we started to talk, and I was like, guys, reunion show, let's do this, man. So for one night only, Comic Kingpins, myself, I'm going to be over on their channel. May 27th. So guys, May 27th, please do yourselves a favor. Go subscribe. Show some love to the Comic Kingpins because we're going to be going live like old times, baby. And man, I can't wait for this. This is going to be fun. I could only imagine how off the rails we're going to get. We have a lot of time to catch up on. So yeah, Comic Kingpins and myself, May 27th on their channel. So hopefully we can get all the boys back together. Keys, get your butt back there. Hyper, if you're listening, you know where to find us. Let's go. May 27th, the reunion show. So keep an eye out for that. And of course, I want to announce some new stuff coming. So this June, to kick off after 1 year, we've been doing weekly comic wrap up for a little bit of time, a few new comic book day videos, but I want to expand. I want to expand and start talking about what's popping. So myself, with Chia Pet and Anthony from Reference Point Podcast, and of course, rotating guests. What's popping? You're probably asking yourself, what is this? Well, we want to branch out to everything pop culture related, right? There's many other things that we all share the same love and passion for, whether it be sports, whether it be wrestling, whether it be music. We're going to talk all that fun stuff. So it's going to be its own separate thing. What's popping is going to be dropping on this channel, but stick around because it's not only going to be here on this channel, and I'll touch on that in just a second, because there's other stuff coming. We've got the Blacklist. I mentioned this a little while ago. I don't know if you guys remember, but the Blacklist is going to be a new monthly show highlighting sales from that particular month. So every month, we'll go through some of the sales. Now, of course, it's not just the old time books. We're going to look at some of the new comic book day sales that took place within the month. Lots of, pretty much everything. Related to sales from within the month. So we're going to kick it off in June. Of course, you see it there, June 2024. So that's a new show to look out for. So you got a monthly show. You got what's popping that's coming. And of course, there's going to be some more content. I haven't created the thummy yet because myself and infamous Jev, yes, we're working on a title for it. We're going to put together a show every month where we're going to highlight books. It's going to be spec related, but solely based on the current reads of what's going on, right? Because a lot of people are not entirely keeping up, and there's nothing wrong with that. So we're going to touch on some of those, new comic book day, well, new titles where we can go back and see what's gonna possibly take place and whatnot. But yes, myself and Jeb are going to be working on something together, so keep an eye out for that as well. And all this to say that, including this particular episode, well, not this one itself, the show, weekly comic wrap up, is also moving to podcast platforms as well. So in the month of June, I'm going to be sending everything over as well to podcast streaming platforms. So you'll be able to get this over on Apple, on Spotify. So we go live every Sunday. Monday on your drive into work, you'll be able to listen to this if you'd like as well as all the other content I just spoke about, like what's popping and so forth. So keep an eye out for all these things, guys. June, we kick it and crank it to 12. All right. So that's my announcements for tonight. But let's not keep them waiting too long, because backstage, one of the best pressers, one of the best cleaners in the game. I said it last time. I'm going to say it again because it's true, man. The guy works magic. Guys, gear up. What's going on?
What's up, man?
Not much.
Everything's going good.
Yeah. We were talking backstage. I know you had a very busy day.
Yeah, with Christopher, man, we had a blast.
We got the wheels, and
we put the summer tires on the car finally.
And then we went to eat ice cream, and it was a long day.
Yep.
So
that's awesome. Well, I know you were busy and you finally put summer tires. Yes, that's a perfect day, I guess, because it was like 30 degrees here. Celsius.
I know.
It was pretty hot, man. But yeah, man, guys, thank you for hopping on. Now, Armin, we know you, right? Everyone's met you before on a previous episode, but we have a co-star tonight. Who's this guy?
This guy.
Gear Up Show 260. I'm gonna be advertising my channel after we're done this show. Like, Jolando, you're gonna have to tell me when a couple of minutes before it ends.
Anytime.
Yeah. We can actually talk about a few things.
I'll definitely let you know, but I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, Christopher. But we're gonna talk a lot of fun things. Now, I got to promote some stuff. Gear Up's got his own YouTube channel as well, where he's doing some sick unboxings, man. Dude, you've been killing it. You finally got a 9.9 within your collection.
Yeah, for myself, but you saw it. Yeah. I didn't even touch it yet. Olivia just ran off with the book.
Yep. So your daughter now owns it, is what you're telling me.
It's already on her wall, man.
You know what she was like? She was like, don't touch it.
So your sister owns the book now. Obviously, I know what it is. But Armin, can you let the people know what you finally got a 9.9 on?
Oh, it was ASM 40 with a Zerdy Black Cat cover, man. Oh, beautiful. My God, I couldn't believe it. It couldn't have happened to a more beautiful book, let's say.
Yep, I agree. But like I said, you have your own YouTube channel. You're doing your own thing, especially with unboxings. But you actually got something else up and coming in the very near future.
Yeah, next Sunday, man. Next Sunday, we're going to do our first ever live claim sale on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. And I'm gonna be and if you guys want to check out my box, it's gonna be after my dad's box.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole family event. So my wife is gonna help out, the kids are gonna help out, and we're gonna try to entertain you guys and at the same time sell books. I mean, personally, I haven't watched too many other claim sales, maybe 3 or 4 different people that I followed in the past. And I find that, they're just trying to sell comic books, which is great, but I don't know. I have kind of like a couple of different ideas and things that I want to try out and see how. Yeah, sure.
Jolando.
Wait. After. So yeah, we're just gonna try to surprise people with some, let's say, different incentives.
Yeah. So when will I be able to tell him?
You could ask him now if you want.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You know how we're gonna do the thing? What's it called?
The live show.
The live show. Well, this program, like some program, we're gonna have to use to make you go on it. Like you're gonna also be.
He wants to invite you to our live show.
Oh yeah, dude, I'd happily hop on. Of course, you're going live right before my show.
You've done it for my dad
right
2 times, and you've done it for me 1 time. So
let's do it. All right.
Yeah.
But you're going live next Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So you're going to be over on your YouTube channel doing a live sale. So I'm looking forward to that because I know that your collection is by far one of the best out there. And of course, these are mostly books that you've pressed and, cleaned. So I imagine people are going to be getting some top-notch books. So I'm looking
Speaking
forward
of that,
to seeing.
yes, there
Yeah.
are some that I already pre-screened at 9.8.
Oh,
So,
there you
for
go.
example, if somebody purchases one of those and asks us to grade it for them, and
Yeah.
it doesn't come back at 9.8,
Mhm.
they don't pay for the grading fee.
There you go. That's okay. That is a nice little.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
I
like.
don't know anybody else that has ever offered that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty
So
cool.
it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun for sure.
Yeah, but looking forward to that. So I'll definitely be tuning in next week on Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, to look at what's going to be up for grabs, because I just might be spending some money. But guys, we're going to get into the show. Before we do, I do want to say hi to the chat, because the chat's popping and people showed up early, like Derek right here. So Derek, say hi to Derek. Christopher, Derek is here for us. Look at that. So
Hello,
appreciate
hello.
you, Derek. Then, of course, our brothers at Comic Nation doing their thing. Guys, Comic Nation, definitely go check them out. You've heard me talk about them many times every week. And of course, I'll talk about them later. But go check out Comic Nation. We've got AOA. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate you, AOA, for being here.
What's up?
Spidey Hunter's in the house, man. Spidey
I'm
Hunter. I hope you're not working tonight. I hope you're enjoying the weekend. For us here in Canada, dude, it's a holiday tomorrow. We get to stay home, no work, no school. That's how we do. But yeah, so shout out to you. Appreciate you. Of course, Michael Baker himself. We're gonna go through the Baker Shakers tonight, guys. Again, very extensive list by Michael Baker. So we're gonna go through all that fun stuff. There's books tonight, guys. I'm positive. If there's at least one book I know that nobody's heard of before, and if somebody tells me they did, well, okay, fine. You know about it. It is what it is. But anyways, Ben LaRouche is in the house. So Ben,
Man, what's up,
yeah,
Ben?
buddy. You know Ben. We all know Ben. So appreciate you, Ben, for being here. I spoke about the man before, infamous Jeb. That's right. So Jeb, appreciate you being here. And of
Nice.
course, we're gonna have our monthly show that's gonna be taking place as of next month, talking all spec stuff. So appreciate you, Jeb, for coming to hang out tonight. Then we've got Constantino in the house. What's going on, Constantino, bro? Appreciate you. I know you're out west in Canada. I hope everything's all right where you're at, man. I saw there's some like forest fires going on in Alberta, so hope all is well over there. My brother, Lefteros. Yes, Lefteros is in the house, man. Guys, crushing it on FOC, crushing it New Comic Book Day. Nobody works harder than this man that I know. So appreciate you, Lefteros. He literally hit me up telling me, dude, like the FOC list, I think I worked 9.5 hours to put that together. So just to show you, the man's putting in the work to let us know before we go, guys. So nothing but love, Lefteros. And of course, we got Steph's Comics in the house. Steph, frate, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you being here. What's going on, everyone? Yes, cause of the rock and roll. Appreciate you. Ironically, we both chose the same song to promote the show tonight. So appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Kenneth's in the house. Kenneth, man, what's going on? Appreciate you coming to hang out with myself, Armin, and of course, surprise guest Christopher tonight. So, Christopher, of course, appreciate you being here. Go ahead.
And after you're done, can I say a very quick joke?
Absolutely, yo, dude, this is the place to joke. So yes,
That's a Minecraft joke. I would like to say, what's a pig's favorite move?
a pig's favorite move.
A pork chop.
Oh, look at this guy. I'm a comedian in the making. Appreciate that. Look at that.
A pork chop.
You're funnier than your dad. Don't tell him I said that. We got Canadian Survivalist in the house, man. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you being here. We got Jason Carvalho in the house, man. Another dude, you know Jason, of course, from the chat. So appreciate you being here.
100%.
Comic Chic, guys, go subscribe to Comic Chic on his YouTube channel, man. I just watched his new Comic Book Day video where he went through some of his favorite reads from the week. Very informative. Of course, Radiant Black podcast, and you could also catch him over on the Comic Kingpin. So nothing but love for Comic Chic. Got Comic Ozzy in the house, man. What's going on, Ozzy, bro? I imagine another fire sale coming this Tuesday on your whatnot. So appreciate you swinging by to hang out. Jewel's in the house. Yes, my brother Jewel's. Yeah, what's going on, bro? Hopefully, I'm going to see him at Terrificon this year. All right, I think we're catching almost everybody. We got Nick Sutty in the house. We got, Spidey Hunter, I said already. Hello to you, so appreciate you again for being here. We got Linman. What's going on, Linman? Appreciate you coming to hang out tonight. La Boîte BD. Man, I felt so bad. I wore your t-shirt all day today. I said, yeah, I'm going to wear it on the stream. I'm going to rep the Boîte BD, but unfortunately, I had to clean the pool. Yeah, I got sweaty. And there's no way I come on here looking like a mess, but Boîte BD rocked you all day today, baby. And I appreciate you guys coming to hang out. Got Uncanny Swag. Spine Ticks in the house, man. Yes, Spine Ticks had an awesome show last night. If you guys missed it, definitely go check it out. again, banger books, but Uncanny Swag surprised me with those Sega Genesis games. So shout out to you. Got JT Keel in the house. What's going on, JT, man? Appreciate you being here. And I think we got everybody. If I missed anybody, no, we got Michael Amell. Michael Amell's in the
Nice.
house, man. What's going on,
Nice.
Amell? Yeah,
Michael
dude.
Amell.
Yeah.
Michael Amell has some crazy books, guys, man. One of my
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
whenever he posts them, like, damn, the guy always brings the fire. But we got Brian LCS in the house, man. Brian, yes, the month of June's a big month for me, but it's a big month for you too, because I know you're kicking off the Comic Book Community Awards, and that means in the month of June, we're going to be starting with the nominations and everything else. So looking forward to seeing all of that unfold from June till the end of the year to see who wins in some of the best categories for everybody doing comic content online. Guys, I think we caught everybody. We're going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to kick it off with the FOC. So usually I ask one guest, but now we've got two. This is the first time I have two guests on in one night. So Armin, Christopher, you guys ready?
Yes.
We're ready, man.
There you go. Let's go. All right, guys, FOC selections of the week for May 20th, and it is a pretty big week, so we're going to be talking quite a few books. Now, we're going to get into it in just a second, but before we do, go visit comicnation.us, get yourself those pre-orders in, and, if you want to get yourself an additional 5% off of the already discounted price, they got 15% off of the cover price already, but get yourself an extra 5 by using Black Crown as the discount code. And before we get into it, by no means are we pumping any of these books, telling you to buy them. Make of it what you will. Thank you, Lefteros, for putting out the info. So, first book up for grabs, Dear Lord. Yes, everybody, roll your eyes. Yes, I did. I know you did. This is probably the 9,000th ASM 300 homage, but what is interesting about Amazing Spider-Man 52 is that on this cover, we have Peter Parker as the Spider Goblin. Now, will we see him as Spider Goblin within this book?
Mhm.
I don't know. I would assume so. They tried to keep it secret, but although the story pretty much hinted at this for the longest time. Armin, Christopher, you guys picking this up?
Big pass for me, but even Christopher, first time he sees this cover and he's like, that's really ugly.
Michael Amell just said Christopher needs to
Work on his Pokemon Go skills.
How
Oh.
dare you? How dare you? I'm gonna come to your house and talk to you. I'm Michael Amell.
What's up, Jeff? Appreciate you being here. We got Pacino in the house. But yeah, man, again, look, I love McGinnis's work, man. I think McGinnis is top notch. But again, another ASM 300 homage, but disregard that. There is a beautiful, Armin, I know you're into these types of covers, but Villa Lobos has a Black Cat cover for this one. Incredible.
2
Absolutely.
copies, man. 2 copies already picked up.
They look
Yeah.
very nice.
100%.
Yeah.
She's breaking into a safe.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. So that is an absolute pickup from myself as well.
100%.
Derek, what's going on, brother? But yeah, so moving on from this, we've got Anansi Boys number 1. Now you're probably wondering, what is this, guys? It's a story based on a novel by Neil Gaiman that is soon to be televised. It's going to be on television show on Amazon Prime. So look, if you're into that stuff, you want to spec based on it, by all means, sure, we'll pick it up. I feel like I might regret it. I passed on this. I didn't pick this one up. I don't know if you did.
I was tempted just because of the spec aspect. But again, I'm really trying to keep FOC trimmed, I cut down to about 50% of what I normally FOC every week.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Trust me, man. There's nothing wrong with, cherry picking the books you want every week, and that's the way it should be. You collect whatever the hell you want for your own collection. That's what it's about.
Sometimes you miss out. It's okay, man. There's gonna be other hits,
Yeah, man. I want to walk into my room proud of what I own. I don't want to be burned by so much, spec, and all that stuff. So I get it. Don't worry about it. But again, this is going to be on Amazon Prime, so maybe keep an eye out for it. Now, moving on, we got Blood Hunt Red Band Edition number 4, and this is the first cover appearance of the Blood Coven, which is pretty neat. Now, first and foremost, the Red Band for myself up till now has been probably, it does have the slight edge over the regular. I'm just enjoying it more. Christopher, I hope you're not reading the Red Band, sir, but
No, definitely not. I hate blood and I hate violence. Except for GTA 5. Except
Hilarious.
I lost my controller, my PS5 controller, so.
Dude, this guy's been bugging me to find his controller for like 2 weeks.
You
That's
lost
hilarious.
it!
Hilarious. But yes, Blood Hunt rocks. It's absolutely amazing, man. Blood Coven rules. I love it, man. It's just so far everything that's unfolding within this story has been great. I am having a hard time keeping up with all the tie-ins because there's only so much reading I could do. I do try. But
Don't
when
become
I-
a doctor.
yeah,
Chris.
yeah, don't become a
What,
doctor.
ML? That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Don't
I
become
never
a doctor.
wanted to become a doctor.
Never.
Or an
Yeah.
astronaut, because astronauts, they have to suck out their poop and pee. Yeah, it's very disgusting once you learn in science.
Hilarious. But all right, moving on
Wow.
from Blood Hunt because he doesn't like blood. Captain America number 10. This is the main cover, and we get the first appearance of the Seer, aka Becca. Now, if you guys have been reading the character, well, I don't know, man, like a bit flip floppy. But yeah, so it's been enjoyable. I've been reading Captain America, not my all-time favorite read coming out of Marvel right now, but yeah, Leftero's putting out the info, man.
What is he saying? What did he say? Oh, okay. For the
Yeah.
Again, I never collected Captain America, so
Never.
never, ever,
Wow.
man.
So
I
you
think
lack.
the first Captain America I ever bought was the issue he died. 25, I think.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I don't know, 20 years ago.
Yep.
But that
Dude.
looks very nice. That
I have-
I have to say it looks very
I've bought that cover. I've bought that book over and over. I don't know why, because there's variants as well. I forget what
Yes.
the variant is.
Yes.
There's like he's running forward. I just forget.
Yeah, with the
who-
shield. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I forget
I think
who
it's
did.
Ed
the cover.
McGuinness that did that one.
I think so. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's just for some reason I buy it over and over. It is what it is.
Yeah. Dude, I remember that book was crazy when it came out.
Yep, it was. Do you remember even when he became Hydra? Right? He said, "Hail Hydra."
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that was a-
yes.
that was
I
a
heard
big
about
thing.
that. Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
I'm sure you've owned at least one. Don't say you haven't.
I told you the 25, man.
Okay, yeah, okay, 25. True. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
But all right, let's move forward. We've got Spider-Woman number 8. This is the main cover and origin of another new Champions character that will be revealed within this book. Now, we saw how the last issue popped off, right? It was issue 7. And we're actually going to talk about some of that later on tonight when it comes to the new comic book day books popping off. But I like the whole assembly thing, man. Did you have a chance to read it?
No. I picked up the issues like 6 and 7.
Yeah.
But I have not read them yet, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I've been trying to prepare for the show. Every minute I got, I'm pricing books, man.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, that's good. That means it's a big show. Yeah. But all right, moving on. We've got the issue 7 on the second print. So we just spoke about it a little bit. And of course, you get the first full team cover appearance of the assembly on this one. Now, to my knowledge, I'm not too sure if Lefteros is still here. I haven't seen any ratio tied to this. So that could be a plus for this book. But if there is a ratio, I don't know. But regardless of the fact, you got them as a first full team on this cover. So I think that alone is neat if you're into the assembly.
I think it's worth picking up maybe an issue of this, at least.
There's a ratio. Oh, yeah, there's the peach. Yes, we're going to get to that. We're going to get
Well,
to
the
that.
peach was the same as the trade dress from the first print.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. It's on the list. I totally forgot.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
there's the Momoko. There's the Momoko.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't think it's going to hurt it that much. I like the fact that this is their first cover. So we'll see.
What were you going to say?
And one other bad thing about our day was that the alarm rang in the storage room.
Oh, my God. Dude, I hadn't gone to get my summer tires for 4 years. They installed an alarm system where I store them.
Oh, geez.
I walked in, the alarm was ringing.
It was like, wee,
Yeah.
like it was dee inside, and then it stopped the inside, and outside it was doing the silence.
I
It was
know,
like,
I know.
wee. It was like, what is this, the apocalypse?
Hilarious. That must have been an awkward situation.
I thought the cops were going to come, man. I was calling the landlord. It was crazy.
Oh, man. But all right, let's move on because we're going to talk Absolute Power number 1. This is the cover I. So, yes, it's a raised UV foil variant by Wes Craig on FOC this week. Now, 3 weeks prior to other variants. So, that's pretty interesting. The fact that they're putting this out earlier. So, if you had the opportunity or if you missed it, you might want to keep an eye out. Maybe just if you're looking to collect Absolute Power #1, and I mean this is a later cover, yeah, I'd be picking this up. I think the cover is neat. I think Craig did a great job.
Yeah, wow. I almost thought it was Crane when I first saw it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a very nice cover.
Very nice. Spec wise, I don't know if there's anything there, but again, I'm not big on DC, man. It's tough. I'm wearing a Batman shirt, but all I collect is Harley Quinn.
I was just gonna say you can't drop that statement wearing a Batman t-shirt.
Oh, they have a lot of Batman stuff in here.
Yeah. I like the character. I think the character is cool.
Yeah.
But some of the stories are good. I pick them up. When the stories aren't so great, I pass, you know?
He says that, but he owns like 20 copies of Batman 423.
I wish.
Same. What's up, Trev? Man, appreciate you being here. Trev's going to be going live over on his channel at 10 p.m. Eastern time, so definitely go swing by immediately after the show. Show some love. But let's move on from Absolute Power because we've got Batman Superman World's Finest #28. This is the cover B. Animated adventure cover homage featuring Batgirl and Supergirl by Nathan Zerdy. I know you're a big Zerdy fan. You definitely collect a lot of Zerdy. You just got a 9.9 on a Zerdy cover.
Yeah. And I would definitely like, dude, this for me, minimum 5 copies because I could sell this all day, any day, man. Get 9/8 and sell them for anywhere between, I don't know, $60 and $80.
Yeah.
And the thing is, just one thing, this is like 13 plus the movies. Like, no, thank you.
The what?
The movies. Did you
yes,
hear?
that's my man. That is my man. Yes. Armin, you are raising a fine man. Proud of you, Christopher.
I don't like that.
No. Don't. We just gave you spotlight.
Yeah, in Fallout there was this so weird stuff.
Oh yeah. He watched Fallout, man.
Oh yes, what a good show. That was amazing.
It was amazing. Except that part where everybody started getting naked. I was like, whoa.
hilarious. But yeah, man, Love for Comics is in the house. What's going on, Love? Appreciate you being here. Gia Pet saying DC production on foils is nuts. It is, man. Dude, look, I'm not the biggest fan on foils, but yeah, when it comes to DC, I totally agree. But let's move on from this because we're going to talk Transformers #9. This is the cover G, second part of a connecting black and white cover set by Jason Howard featuring characters from the Energon universe. Now, we got to see one last week. Here we see another one. Obviously, there's going to be more that are coming out. I think it's how many issues? I'm not too sure how many issues, but they're going to have this big connecting piece, which I'm looking forward to. I think it's beautiful. Are you a connecting cover collector? Like once you start one, you need them all?
Yeah. Well, look, if it's something like this that I love, obviously Transformers G.I. Joe, I mean, like for sure I'm getting the colored and the black and white, one of each. Like it's a must.
The Love for Comics said, "Hey kid, how cool is your dad?" First of all, my name is not Kid. Can you use my actual name?
It's Christopher. Yeah,
how dare you?
But now answer the question.
My dad isn't cool or
I'm not.
He's in the middle.
I'm in the middle.
He's nice. He's nice.
He's in the middle. But yes, Energon is absolute fire.
He's the coolest person I know.
Yeah, the set is too good. Can't wait to see the colors. Ooh, yes. Talk to
Somebody
me.
posted it in one of the chats, man. I think yeah.
Oh, it could be. I totally missed it. But Michael Baker saying 4 connecting covers. There you go. Transformers, Scarlet, Deathstroke, and Void Rivals. Love it. So yeah, appreciate Michael Baker dropping that info. Yes, chic, bro. I agree, man. This is the
second, I guess. This is the second.
Yeah, this is the second one that I see. So I know there was one last week, this week. So yeah, looking forward to seeing the rest. But moving on, we've got Ain't No Grave #1 in a second print. Now it's a Western style macabre fantasy tale. But I will tell you guys, the read was great, man. On the first print, it's up there. Like even some of the exclusives, ratios. Like I love so far the book. After one issue, I'm on board. Scotty Young, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Did you read it?
I didn't FOC it, but I was lucky enough to grab a copy from Comic Legion, man, on their live show on Monday.
There you go. Yeah, dude.
So I haven't gotten it yet, but once I get it, I I'm gonna read it for sure.
Yeah, so exactly, kind of like what you said. Now Trev's saying the same thing. He had to order it after the buzz. The buzz was definitely there, man. So
Love, love.
immediately, yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry for cutting you off. Love for Comics said, "There you go, humble."
You're
Is he
humble,
saying that
yes.
to me? And Michael ML
Yeah.
says, "Nice
Kiss for your dad.
There you go.
Little-
Yeah, give him a big hug. Yeah, issue 2 was on FOC as well. Exactly. So, moving on. This is a cover I know that somebody like Gear Up would collect in his collection easily. So here
Yeah.
you got Gun Honey Collision Course #1 second print. This is a Copic style second printing variant covered by Derek Chu. I think Derek Chu did an amazing job. I love stuff like this, man. I love this.
And I hate stuff like that.
Stop it. We just spoke about this.
It's disgusting.
It's totally.
Stop it.
Except Mister's like, oh, can I go to the strip club in GTA?
Yeah. Christopher, we're gonna bring you back on once you're like 16. We'll see how.
Even the artificial ones look so realistic and disgusting.
Okay, let's get back on topic. So, Gun Honey, man, I love the first series. I read it, enjoyed the story. It was fun to read. Second mini, I picked it up, but I didn't have a chance to read it yet. So on the third one, I kind of passed.
Yeah.
Even though I love this cover, I love even the original one. That was on like the first print. I think he did a similar cover. It still was nice. And I was so tempted to grab it. But again, with the cutbacks, man, life is getting expensive.
It is. And so are some of these.
And the books are getting expensive too, man.
Yeah, dude, they're hitting the $5.99 US mark, the $4.99, which is it's up there for us, especially when you convert it to Canadian. But yeah, trust me, I feel the pain.
Absolutely.
But the best part is that you can get an extra 5% off.
Oh man, I know.
I'm just kidding. Totally.
Discounts are so tempting. It makes it even harder to order less.
Yeah. But we'll talk about orders in just a bit. Moving on, Ain't No Grave #2, the 1 in 25 incentive. So we said #2 is on FOC. The incentive variant by Scotty Young is really neat. If you're a Scotty Young fan, I think you're gonna want this one in your collection for sure.
Yeah. Christopher likes this one. He's like, do you have any of this one? Is this one coming?
Yeah.
Can you order one for me?
Sure. Yeah, right now.
There you go. Love for Comics saying he wants this. Yeah. Buy Spawn, only $2.99. That is fact.
Buy a Spawn.
Hey,
100%. It's true. Spawn's the best, man.
I don't know, man. Chat, let me know. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I'm really enjoying Rat City so far. So I think it's good. I think it's great. So
there's no best and there's no worst.
Sorry?
There's no best and there's no worst.
There you go. But all right, let's move on from Ain't No Grave because we got Strange Academy Blood Hunt #1. Yes, sorry, Christopher, we're talking blood, but this is the second printing of the first appearance of Pia and second appearance of Darkhold Child. Now, you saw the Darkhold Child, right? The live form of the Darkhold. So I think that is a neat character. Second appearance on this one. First appearance of Pia. If you missed the first print, there's a lot of second prints coming out for the Blood Hunt. And so forth, with the red covers. So if you didn't get the opportunity, I'm not a big fan of when they just do these color swaps, in my opinion. Like I don't like that. I prefer an original cover. But again, if you missed out on it, here's your second chance.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was lucky to get the first print again.
Yeah.
From a live show, and because it was not my thing, I was like, do I FOC it? Do I not FOC it? And then, man, when I saw that last splash page, I was like, man, I gotta own at least one copy of this book.
Yep.
And the thing is, by the way, I'm not scared of the blood. Like, if I don't see this one, I don't see any blood.
So you're good.
Yeah. It's good.
There you go. As long as you're not one of those that passes out when they see blood. I've had.
I'm one of those people, but only if it's like the blood. It just looks like water that's red.
Like that, we're good. There you go. But all right, let's move on from Strange Academy because we got Ultimate Spider-Man 3 hitting a third printing. Now, guys, fun fact here, because this cover features Superior Spider-Man by Marco Cicchetto. But we've seen this cover multiple times, but it was always on issue 1 where we saw, the new costume on the cover. Now we're getting it on a later issue, which is issue #3, and it is on a third print. So I think that kind of separates it from the batch, but Superior Spider-Man, guys. I love Superior Spider-Man. I loved everything about that, the build-up, dance slots. I know people feel a certain way, but for myself, it was great. I think this is a great cover. Needless to say, I'm totally picking it up. Slightly biased because I'm a Spider-Man fan, but guys, are you picking this up?
I mean, like at this point, I have to because I got every single other later print,
Exactly. Just like
and
Jake.
I'm like, when is it gonna end, man? When
Never.
is it gonna end?
Never. Yeah. I'm waiting for the, the white suit one. I'm waiting for all of them. I want all of them. Let's go.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
man!
Ultimate
It's crazy.
Spider-Man, best book on market, and these covers are awesome. They are, man. Superior Spider-Man was awesome. Couldn't agree more. Nothing but love for that Superior Spider-Man's arc. It was just incredible. But Hyper Combo Comics is in the house saying, "What's up? Gear up, Christopher." And the other dude you guys are talking to, yes, this guy.
Spider-Man. Where's the guy who says what?
Sorry,
It was what's his name? Henrik.
Doc Ock.
Henrik
No.
said, "What's
Oh,
going
sorry.
on, Christopher? What?"
He said hello to me and you, but he didn't recognize Black Crown. But he's
Yeah, no,
joking.
no,
He's
he
joking.
I
doesn't,
He's
know.
joking.
he doesn't care for
I
me.
know
He doesn't care
that's
for me.
pretty mean.
Yeah. But they're always joking with each other. They're just
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah, but that's a pretty mean joke.
Yeah, Hyper's mean. Tell him, put him in timeout. He's going in
Yeah, all of
timeout.
you guys are mean.
But all right, let's move on. We got Amazing Spider-Man 257. This is the 1 in 25 incentive. Now, the facsimile is coming out, of course. They've been coming out with tons of facsimiles, specifically from 252 and up. But I like this solely based on the fact that it's not. It's something different. It's something good. I guess you could say it's the pretty much the cover, but just I don't want to say reimagined. It's a new take, I guess. But
It's a modern take on the cover.
yeah, I dig it. I dig it. I personally think that Ron Friends did a great job.
Yeah, for the 80s, it was
Yeah.
great. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I didn't pick up any of the facsimiles because I'm like, what's the point? I have the originals.
Yeah.
But I'm tempted to get these 1 in 25s. I mean, these things are going to be probably sought after in the future, man. The 1 in 25s aren't going to be that abundant, in my opinion.
yeah, I said Tony. I said Ron Friends, but yeah, sorry, Chio, it's Tony Daniel. My bad.
This is
But
Tony Daniel, but the original was Ron Franz, wasn't it?
yeah, exactly. Now, one thing I do want to say is that these 1 in 25 incentives for these facsimiles, I guess, obviously it's where all the love is. The 1 in 25s, people want to pick these up. Now, all these facsimiles tend to just stay there. That's the problem, is shops just get so many. Now, to say that most shops are picking up facsimiles, I don't think so. They'll probably order a few, but to get the 1 in 25, we'll see. I don't know how many copies we'll see out there. I do know that, some of these pre-sales going for these ratios over on eBay and so forth when it comes to these facsimiles tend to do pretty well. I think my least favorite one was the vest one. I didn't really enjoy the vest one. But yeah, man. So there you go. Hyper put himself in timeout. Thank God. So let's move on. And kind of like I was saying, we have another facsimile 1 in 25 incentive. This one here being Secret Wars 7. So again, we get another one. Are you picking this one up?
No, man. I mean, if I could find it for $25, yeah. But I'm not gonna pay $50 or $70 for it,
But there's one thing. Who's Jeb? The
Infamous Jeb.
Jeb is the machine. Jeb is the informative
He's the encyclopedia of comic books.
There you go. Yeah.
You know,
This one is straight fire.
Jeb in Minecraft, if you name a sheep Jeb and underscore, it becomes a rainbow sheep. What's it called? It takes the star from Mario, like.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
Puma is underrated. That cover, LOL. Look at her head.
Her head's like penguin.
But anyways, moving on from the facsimiles, let's get into what we were talking about earlier. That's right, Spider-Woman number 7. Here we are with the second printing ratio. This incentive is basically the Momoko cover we had as a trade available with the first print, now a virgin. Again, we spoke about this. I was over on Cover Price's channel on Friday, and it was a topic that we had for discussion where shops, not shops in general, just the incentive strategy where they turned the trade into a virgin for the incentive. Like, What are your thoughts on that? I'm curious to know what you think about it because I feel a certain way. Of course, go watch the replay if you want to know more in detail. But to
Right.
just summarize what I think, it's got its pros and its cons. I don't think there's a good. It's not the best thing, but it's not the worst thing either. It is, you know, in my opinion, better looking sometimes as a trade. So I'm okay, just getting that $4 one. Although these do go for premiums now. Obviously, not many shops will order up to hit the incentives. Example, if it's a 1 in 50, a 1 in 100, they don't tend to get them, right? But yes, I agree with Chia Pet, and that's where I'm headed, is that some covers deserve it. Like myself, I loved the Chichero 1 in 25 incentive for Ultimate Spider-Man 1. I just thought it was great. As a virgin, it looked fantastic, so I definitely wanted to pick it up. But again, look what happens to the regular cover A's of these later prints, right? They end up in dollar bins. So I think that's something that shops tend to factor a lot, and that's why not many shops tend to order them. So it makes them a little more exclusive on the secondary market. So
Definitely. What I like about the fact that they do it, I mean, in my opinion, the second print, if they're taking a cover from the first print and making it a virgin,
yeah,
since that FOC is already long gone and not many people have bought the virgin cover or ordered it, I'm hoping that this makes the virgin cover's value slightly higher because now people that can't afford to get the 1 in 25 are going to try to get that trade that they missed.
yeah,
I don't know. Could happen.
yeah. Yeah, Love for Comics. It is a 1 in 25. I was just saying in general, like 1 in 25, 1 in 50s, like just how most shops hesitate, right? When they see um one guy wants the 1 in 25 type thing, right? And they're
Right.
like,
Right.
do I have to order those 25 copies? But guys, one more book I want to talk about is the Blood Hunt Red Band edition #4, because we've seen many of these homage covers, the incentives, especially for issue 1, which we'll talk about a little later. But that particular book exploded. Like, I don't think anybody thought it would hit the numbers it's hitting on the secondary market. The homages are great, but right here you've got Blood Hunt Red Band edition #4, the 1 in 25 incentive, bloody homage incentive by Betsy Cola. I'm loving them. I'm loving them. I don't know about you.
Okay. For the Blood Hunt, I love the first one because I already enjoyed or have the Wolverine 55 that's already did the homage about 15, 20 years ago.
Yep.
When I resaw it again, I'm like, oh, I know that cover. And then I remember the Wolverine, and then I had forgotten that that was already a homage of a classic, a horror book. So that one was cool. The others, they don't resonate as much,
Yep. Of course, yes. Boita Bede is a man of the people. I appreciate Boita Bede. Couldn't agree
Yeah, look,
more.
I mean, if he's not ordering 25 copies, dude, and that's a big shop, forget it. There's small shops aren't ordering that,
Yeah. I lied, man. There's one more book I want to talk about. Of course, it's the big one, Venomverse Reborn #1. Now, Christopher, I know you play PlayStation. I know you just said it earlier. You play PlayStation 5. So, first appearance of Earth 1048's Venom from Insomnia Games. If you guys played the last Spider-Man game, which was Spider-Man 2, dude, absolutely amazing. The story was great. Spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert if you didn't play the game. Venom within the video game is none other than Harry Osborn. So I thought it was great. Yeah, it was a fantastic take on the character. I loved it. If you guys if you don't have the funds to buy a PlayStation 5, I highly encourage you, go take the time and just go watch the cutscenes of the entire game. You can watch. It's like a movie. That is what the movie should be. It was so good, man.
Wow.
But yeah. So first appearance here.
I would grab one, man. I didn't know.
Yep.
Nice.
Absolutely. These are EC Comics cover swipes. Yep. You're talking about the earlier book, of course, right before this. And of course, Guy Forge is in the house. Yes, Guy Forge. Guy, I appreciate you being here. I saw the DMs. You're making homemade pizza, bro. I can't wait to see the pictures after mowing the lawn. But guys, that was the FOC picks of the week. So you might notice something a little new here. You can support Left Arrows by going and visit comicnation.us to get your pre-order if you're in the United States of America. That's right. Make sure you get your orders in. You get 15% off of the cover price and an additional 5% off by using discount code Black Crown. And Canada welcomed a new player in the game because Comic Legion is now live. So you can go visit comiclegion.ca, get your FOC orders in. One of the best comic shops here doing their thing online. So if you just want to order online and get your books shipped to you, you don't have time to go visit your LCS, definitely go visit comiclegion.cs, get your orders in, and they will ship you your books whenever you please. And of course, last but not least, of course, subscribe to Cover Price over on their YouTube channel, guys. They got their YouTube channel going. You might see myself pop in every now and then, so definitely keep an eye out. Go visit coverprice.com, the best comic book price guide around. Guys, not bad. We did it. FOC is in the books. Christopher,
Nice.
Armin, we have another segment to get through, and it is a big one, the market report. So,
Market report.
you guys ready?
Are people watching us?
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah. They're always watching. But are you ready?
something. What?
Are you ready?
We're ready, man.
Oh
There you
yeah, we're ready. But let's go. What we did DC, and now we're going to Marvel.
No.
Oh.
We did.
No, we're doing
we did
market.
Now we're doing the aftermarket, the secondary market, all the books that sold on eBay,
What's the difference?
old books, new books.
So old books was first, and
No, new books was first. Now we're doing the old books.
All this to say, I think he's ready. All right, guys, market reports. We're going to talk some of the books that sold and, of course, made the list over on CBSI, Cover Price, checking sales on eBay, Go Collect, Key Collector, you name it. We're going to look at it. And, of course, the Baker Shakers. There's a big list this week for the Baker Shakers. Lots of stuff, big books, and some that I've never even heard of. So I'm curious to know if you guys heard of these books as well. So let's get into it. The first one being X-Men 97, #1, which came to end, guys. I cannot wait for another season. Come on, man. Why are you doing this to me? But, yeah, we will get it in some time. Apparently, they started doing the animations now. But regardless, this is the prelude to the animated show. Yep, the prelude. CGC 98 sold for $90 US. Not too bad for a book that was cover price of what, $3.99, $4.99. Came in at #8 on Cover Price. Did you pick one up?
Yeah, I'm shocked to see this. I'm gonna dig out my 3 copies and send them off to CGC. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, dude, crazy, absolutely crazy. You're gonna fast track that stuff for sure. But
Yeah.
Michael Amell just said, "Keep out of trouble, Christopher.
Yes.
Never."
always keep out of trouble. But the X-Men 97 series was absolutely amazing. Loved every second of it. Seriously, probably one of the best MCU, I guess we could say, projects over on Disney Plus, TV shows. Like it tops almost everything. I think it's up there. I know some people didn't like Loki. I loved Loki. I think it's one of the best
Loki
TV
is the
series
best.
to hit Disney, but this just hits all the feels, like from beginning to end. Yeah. Did you watch the final episode?
Of what, Loki?
No, of X-Men 97.
No, I haven't. Dude, I'm gonna watch all of them back to back.
You are saving at least 10-minute conversation, to be honest with you, because I had so much to say. But
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah, it was absolutely amazing. No, it's good because we have a lot of books to go through, so don't worry about that. Incredible show, best MCU project since Endgame. There you go, awesome show.
Wow.
That #2 second print is looking good. Yes, I couldn't agree more, man. Dude, the later prints are just great. Every cover has been incredible. I love it, especially because it hits not only just the nostalgia feels, but right now being one of my favorites, and I think most of us, one of our favorites to come out in quite some time, project related, yeah. I suggest you also read this because it's the prelude to the actual season. So
Before I watch it, I read this.
well, yeah, no, you could read it even while watching it.
Okay.
Little things, but yeah. So $90 #8 on Cover Price. But moving on from this, Armin, I know you love Campbell covers, and guys, there's 2 big Campbell covers we're going to talk about tonight. Now, this is ASM, Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows, #1, the J. Scott Campbell exclusive. Now, it also happens to be the first appearance of Annie Parker, right? Peter Parker's daughter. Raw Near Mint copy sold for $210. That is pretty impressive for a raw Cover Price shaker this week. Do you have one?
I had one. Signed by Campbell and Stanley.
Yeah,
Dude,
that is
UPS
signed by
lost
Stan Lee.
Yeah. UPS lost.
I almost fainted. You lost it?
UPS lost it, bro.
Oh no, UPS. We no.
You
Oh,
can't
no,
still
no.
get it, or-
It was during COVID, man.
Ask for the driver's name, bro.
They
Like
refunded me the $500 that I had paid for the book at the time, and that's all I got. $500, man.
absolutely nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
They could not trace it. They could not find it. Nothing, man.
Yeah. What's going on, Katie? Appreciate you being here, coming to hang out. Katie was just live over on her YouTube channel. Go show some love. She had a great conversation with her guests. So, of
Just when
course, go and catch that one. But yeah, dude, this is an amazing book. The fact you lost it with a Stanley signature broke my heart. Like, I heard that. And yeah, exactly, Katie. Ouch. Huge ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch across the board. Everybody. Yeah.
Ah,
All right, so I'll take this off the screen so it doesn't hurt you too much. Well, we're gonna get into Deadpool 27. That's right, taco time, baby. Matthew
Nice.
Waite, 8-bit variant. I think this is awesome. Again, I think this is the third week. This is the third week in a row where I'm showing off a 8-bit Deadpool cover because they tend to be doing pretty well. CGC 98 sold for $350 US. Again, a cover price shaker. I love this cover. It just
crazy.
It's so good. Now the whole black, on the cover. I imagine you're a presser, a cleaner. You've seen it. You've seen it all, man. This must be difficult to both clean and, of course, spine ticks and so forth, right?
Of course, for sure. I mean, I'm sure there's probably 10 times the amount of 9.6s as there are the amount of 9.8s if you go check the census, because any little flaw is going to show on this, man. And I never saw this cover until you sent me the slides. It's beautiful, man. I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah, there's actually a second one that is in existence as well. I think it's
Never mind.
I forget who the exclusive was. But yeah, there was an exclusive for it, so pretty neat.
Wow.
Yeah, Burger Time was an awesome game, of course.
Oh man, hours and hours of pleasure, man.
Yo,
And frustration.
FedEx was losing everybody's books during the pandemic, or what? Look at that.
Yeah,
Strange
man.
Tales 110.
FedEx, UPS, horrible.
Yeah. Carrots don't belong in tacos, though. Yes, I agree 1,000%. I see the carrot there. Frog Brawler, appreciate you coming to hang out. Yes, it was BTC. That's who I was thinking. I was gonna say BTS. What the hell is BTS?
BTC.
Yeah, BTC. So big time collectibles. Yeah. But yeah, I love this cover. But anyways, moving on, we've got DC Pride 2023 #1. This
That's crazy.
came out obviously last year.
Yeah.
Armin, I know you're a big collector of such covers. Jen Bartel being absolutely incredible, but this 1 in 50 ratio by Jen Bartel sold at $200 in a raw near mint condition. That is pretty impressive numbers, man.
That is very impressive, because I'll tell you something. I had a client give me this book and I graded it for him, and he got back a 9.8. And it took a month to even sell it at 200 Canadian.
Yeah.
Imagine a 9.8 at 200 Canadian, and nobody wanted to buy it off him.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just 1 year changes the whole landscape of the book, man.
Yep. The Codex Comic Station, appreciate you coming to swing by and say such nice words. Of course, love it. You guys are awesome. So are you. So thank you for being here. But yeah, man, beautiful cover. Jen Bartel killed this. I absolutely love it. In fact, I would have loved to pick this up, but it was already going for a premium out the gate. Like it was already up there. So, but I'm surprised that it stayed that long without sales.
Yes, I'm shocked. I should have picked it up, man. I'm regretting it now.
I have a question
Yes.
for you. Are those two married? Are they lesbian?
Yes, they totally are, and they're very into each other, especially if you're watching some of the cartoons, which I don't think you are.
Yeah, please. I don't need to see this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it here just a little longer, Christopher. No, I'm just kidding.
No, stop torturing me.
It's good. It's good.
But all right, Wolverine 310. Look at this beautiful homage. Again, another McGinnis cover, man. Love it. This is an X-Men 207 homage. Now, what's interesting about this, guys, is this is one of 27 that were on census. So there's 27 on the census. CGC 98 selling for $765 US. Again, a cover price shaker.
The only good books are worth too much. Curse you, Marvel!
Yep. Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Oh, Jason's got this one. So shout out to Jason. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, looks like he's sending it to Armin. Yeah, earmuffs, Christopher. We're putting earmuffs now. We're getting into the the muddy waters, baby. But yeah, man. So I think this is a beautiful homage. I love it. So well done. Again, $765 US. Pretty impressive coin for this one. Only 27 on the census.
I mean, is it a ratio or it's just a variant cover?
No, it's a ratio. It's a 1 in 50.
Okay, wow. Okay. Makes sense, man.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep.
There's the K-pop junkie. I like this kid.
She likes you.
My name is the
Well,
kid.
she came after. She does know your name is
Oh.
Christopher.
Isn't that your name? It's Christopher. It's Christopher.
So
But
they think you're the kid.
She came after.
Yeah.
but Christopher, she was talking about your
Before
dad. She was talking about your dad. But anyways, let's
Oh,
let's move on. Because
what?
we've got Godzilla, the 70th anniversary cover. This is absolutely incredible. Art Adams crushed it. It's a 1 in 50 ratio. At first, I remember seeing this over on Previews World, and when I was scrolling, I was like, oh, wow. I honestly thought it was an Eastman cover when I was scrolling, right? And like
Right.
immediately, I was like, oh, Eastman on Godzilla. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is Art Adams. Raw near mint copy sold for 340 Canadian dollars. It came in at number 1 on CBSI. Pretty impressive numbers for this ratio.
But the thing is, would I pay $340? I mean Canadian.
Yeah.
For that.
Well,
Those
some people did.
Yep, and they love this
Someone
cover.
right now.
Yep.
What?
Godzilla is very big. They have a huge cult following.
Yep. No, Cliff.
Big
No
fans.
filter. No filter. Don't worry. He's gonna learn today. But yeah, no. Again, like you were saying, Armin, Godzilla, especially right now with all the amazing content we've gotten
Movies,
for
yeah.
Godzilla, right? We've got
Yeah,
Minecraft,
they're gonna make-
Monarch, Kong. Like it's been a big year for Godzilla and
Absolutely.
Godzilla
Yeah,
fans. So, yeah, it goes without saying. I think this is a beautiful cover. If you had the opportunity to pick this up at a good price, and of course, I would
For
be
sure.
getting this signed by Art Adams, especially even with the new CGC labels. I'm okay with the yellow and the black. I think it would make it pop. So yeah, let's do that, baby. I think
Definitely.
they're gonna make a Godzilla pink. They're gonna make the breath, the gills, and the eyes. I think.
yes, we did see that.
Oh, wow.
Looks like a brown paper bag cover.
Whoever made that happen.
Wow. Okay.
But all right, we spoke about Blood Hunt
Yes.
before and this particular homage. So Blood Hunt number 1, this is the 1 in 25 ratio, and the homage is of Crime Suspense Stories 22, which I just think is incredible. You mentioned the Wolverine one prior, right?
Yeah.
Which was very well done as well. But this one just sold in a CGC 98 pre-order. It was a pre-order. $365, man. Baker Shaker. Baker, we have entered Baker territory. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Yep. What's your thoughts on the sale, man?
That's crazy, man. Crazy. I mean, what Raws were going for 200?
Yeah, well, I think they were around the 200 mark Canadian.
Okay. So that's pretty impressive to get on a 9.8, but I'm curious to see how the next few are going to end. You know, are they going to be at this level or are they going to come down slightly? I don't know.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I by no means thought it was gonna ever hit these numbers. This is very impressive. $365 is very up there. Steve has the Steve Buscemi eyes from Mr. Deeds. Yeah, I thought we were watching Scooby Doo, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about. Hilarious. What a cover. Obviously not at this level, man. Yeah, I agree. I think this one is just absolutely probably going to be the big winner from the entire run. We'll see. When the bubble pops, a lot of people are going to be holding the bag. Very true. Very true. But let's move on because, like I said, books that I've never seen in my life. Look at this. Walking Dead Deluxe, number 1. I bet you didn't even know that Birmingham had a hockey team, but they do. It's the Birmingham Bulls edition variants right here. There's only 3 CGC 9.8s on the census. I believe there's only 4 in total, to be honest. So
Yeah.
that being, I think, a 9.4. Yeah, I think a 9.4 was the last one. But CGC 9.8 sold for $255 and is the Walking Dead Deluxe number 1. Pretty cool, man. I had no idea this existed. If you're a hockey fan, maybe not a Birmingham Bulls fan.
Yeah.
I don't know how many fans exist. But yeah, man. What's your thoughts?
I mean, these are cool. I've seen some Montreal Canadiens covers too, you know, and
Yes.
if you're a fan of the team and you're a collector, you're definitely going to be wanting to get one of these, you know,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I think the fact that like this is a book not many people have seen. I'd imagine there's not many out there seeing the CGC 9.8s. You know, only having 3 4. There's 3 CGC 98s on census. So imagine, yeah, hockey, bro. Yeah, man. You want to drop gloves, Katie? You want to go? But yeah, man, I think this is pretty awesome. So very neat book to come up on the Baker Shaker. But let's move on because we've got Gambit #1 in the gold foil edition. This book never ceases to amaze me. It just continues to always do its thing, bro. It's a CGC 98 sold for $879 US. Nuts, dude. Nuts.
Yeah. But on the other hand, I've had a lot of copies of this book.
Yep.
And it's really tough to get a 9.8 on this particular foil. It just cracks so easily.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not surprised the price is this high.
So that's a question I wanted to ask you is, you've pressed and cleaned comics thousands and thousands and thousands. When it comes to foils, man, do you find, especially the older foils, do you have a more difficult time dealing with those when it comes to pressing, cleaning?
Okay, the older foils and some of the newer ones that are cardstock, you can get away with pressing a lot.
Yeah.
But some of the newer foils where it's just like a thin paper, you can't do nothing, man. You can't do nothing. Anyways, I haven't figured out a way to fix a crease on that.
Yeah.
I mean, the minute you put some heat on there, it peels open like a banana.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So how do you press something without heat?
Yeah. So if you're hunting a copy of such, make sure it's already in a mint condition, because your cleaner and your presser is not going to love you if you ask him for miracles.
No. But I mean, like I said, cardstock, I've pressed and I've gotten back some 9.8s, man.
Yeah, Guy, I agree, bro. I was mind blown when I saw the sale, but it did go through, man. Yes, absolute classic. Couldn't agree more, Jeb. But moving on, we've got Detective Comics 471. This is the first modern appearance of Hugo Strange. Of course, everybody loves Hugo Strange. Come on, don't act like you don't. You said you love DC. You're wearing a Batman t-shirt, but regardless, CGC 98 sold for $555. Again, another Baker Shaker. It's a neat book, man. The cover itself is just wild with the face.
Never seen that cover before, man.
Yeah, it's cool. Neat. Yeah, I love it. But again, pretty impressive sale over on the DC side of things. There you go. See, Hugo Strange. Lots of love for Hugo Strange. Godzilla is hot. Yes, he is. The face peel cover. Dude, I think it's insane. It looks amazing, man. Well done. Love it. But yeah, big sale. $555 for this one. Now moving on. We have Black Cat #1. Again, another J. Scott Campbell cover right here. And this is not chump change, guys. This book is in some serious demand on the secondary market because of CGC signature series with the red Campbell signature going down the backside of Felicia Hardy. Sold for $2,250 in a 9.8. Again, Baker Shaker. That is big coin. Big coin.
Yeah. One of my biggest regrets.
You sold
this book came out? No, I never owned it. But when it came out, it was like an exclusive, and I didn't realize, or I wasn't informed, or I didn't know that most of the copies got damaged, and there was very, very few that actually got sold. So somebody posted one, I think, raw for $1,000 within a month of release, and I'm like, "There's no friggin' way I'm paying $1,000 for that." And I think James Dewar had picked one up a couple of days before that for $600. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait. I'll get it for $500-600, And look at that, man. Forget it. You can't find a copy under $1,000 raw, man. It's impossible.
Hey, no. I'm gonna go upstairs, see what's happening, and I'll come back downstairs.
All right, man. Thanks for your help, buddy.
I'll come back downstairs. You guys talk while I go upstairs and see what's going on.
Thank you. Absolutely, boss. We appreciate you. Thank you. What a stud. I love him. But yeah, man, again, see, not many people know that about this particular book and why the price is at such a high, right? Because as you said, the damages and so forth. So it is a pretty big book, hard to come across in a 9.8. So the 2,000 mark kind of makes sense, I guess. This one impressed me. Didn't expect to see it to go for over $2,000. Comic Nation saying the Ultimate Spider-Man J. Scott Campbell exclusives are shipping out now. I think yes. Been notified that my cover A and C are being shipped out. Thank you, Marvel, for locking those down for me. I love you to death. But yeah, moving on from this, we've got Batman issue #10. Yes, we're going back in time, baby. Look at that. Catwoman appears in a new costume within this one. CGC 2.5 sold for $2,000. Again, Baker Shaker. I
Nice.
love the cover, man. I love the fact that they're pretty much like inking,
Drawing
you know,
themselves.
the comic behind them. But it's so funny to see how far comics have come. Batman comics as a whole, right? Like when it first started to where we're at now, all these serious and like, you know, dark edge covers we get now as opposed to what we got before. But
Right.
this right here is just a beautiful cover. $2,000 for a 2.5. Not bad.
Not bad.
Yep.
Not bad at all.
Yep. Yeah, 10 for 10 cents. There you go. Yeah, it's a 10
You
center,
know,
guys. 10 center.
these are the books they should be making facsimiles of, because these are the books you never see hit the market. These are the books that nobody's ever going to have a chance to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Not ASM 257, man. Come on, where are you going?
Yeah, I would love, dude. You're not wrong, man. You give me facsimiles of this, man. I'd love to pick it up and read it. It's the
I'd pick up
closest I'm
every
gonna-
single one, man. I'd pick
Yep.
up every single. No, I don't have these. I don't have the first 200 Batmans.
Yep. Miller changed it all. Yeah, dude, I agree, man. Couldn't agree more. But yeah, man. So awesome book, big sale. But let's move on because we've got Scooby Doo. Where are you? #1, Gold Key book right here. First appearance of Scooby, Shaggy, Fred, Velma, Daphne. CGC 4.5 sold for $450. I actually think that's not too bad considering.
That's pretty good, man. I mean, this is a classic. This is, I mean, I remember I was in California, man, the first time I ever watched Scooby-Doo, man, and I was like, wow, what is this, man? This is amazing. You know?
Yep.
I think I was maybe 6 years old, and just blew my mind.
Yeah. I swear you didn't put an age on yourself right now. But yeah, man, dude, considering, like I said, first appearance of such big, you know, household names right here. We all grew up with Scooby-Doo at some point in our lives, right? Even our kids have grown up somewhat with it in some, you know, the live action form or whatever it was.
Right.
So yeah, it's great. Lots of great obscure first appearances in Gambit. Yes, very true. Hyper saying honestly 450 is not bad for a first Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. So pretty cool sale right here. But moving on, Wolverine #1. Look at this. This is the 1 in 20 the 1 in 75 ratio by Djurjevic. CGC 98, $350. Not too bad. I would say this one held the test of time because I believe this one came out in 2010 if I'm not mistaken. So here we are, still holding at pretty well, you know, price wise, $350. I think that's pretty neat. Beautiful cover, by the way.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it might last long. Like it's gonna be it's gonna be a cool book that's gonna last long, and people are gonna still know about it.
I hope that's the case. It seems to be the case so far because here we are 14 years later and people paying $350. So not bad.
Yeah, this book was way before me. I was 2014.
Oh, there you go. There you go. But, you know,
I turned 10 a few months ago. No. 1 month ago. Yeah, 1 month ago.
But Christopher, we're gonna rewind to before your time, okay? Because in 2010, I could assure you, not many shops were ordering 75 copies.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's why it's, you know, maintaining its value, is because honestly, how many shops ordered 75 copies? I mean, yeah, it is a #1. It is Wolverine. I could see 25, maybe 50, but 75 is a lot, man.
Yep, exactly. But here we are. So not bad, $350. But let's continue because, in my opinion, a book that I'm surprised to see it's still pretty affordable. But Fantastic Four, issue 13, the first appearance of the Red Ghost. But what do we really care about? The Watcher, man, the Watcher, dude. Especially with the presence he's had within comics, within, you know, Marvel's the What If series and so forth, and now also X-Men. If you caught that, or you may have missed it, yeah, he was in the X-Men 97 series for a minor second. But CGC, CGC 4.5 sold for $588. I think that's a fair price. Again, it's not so bad for a first appearance of the Watcher.
Again, you don't see these books going or hitting the market at all, man. At all. Like, so I'm surprised that it ended on auction so low.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty low. In my opinion, it's a very fair price. To be honest, I know everybody at the beginning of the year, if you're on a YouTube channel, if you're on Instagram covering content that is comic related, a lot of people tend to do their grail lists for the year. For, you know, 2024 example, this was a book that I was gonna have over on my list that I never put together because I gave up. There's so many. I realized I have a problem. There's so many books I want. But yeah, Fantastic Four 13 is definitely a Grail book that I would love to pick up. So I think it is a great price. Considering all the facts that you're talking early Fantastic Four, you're talking first appearance of the Watcher. Of course, now everything happening in the MCU. I think it's a great book. I just think it's a great book.
Absolutely.
Constantino saying, picked me up another copy of a very nice 8.5-ish Fantastic Four Annual 6. Another
Copy.
undervalued book, in my opinion.
Wow.
Annihilus, obviously Franklin Richards. But yeah. Guy Ford saying, gotta go to sleep, brother. Hope I made you hungry. Yeah, for sure. I didn't see the picture yet, but the fact you even said pizza, bro, you're speaking my language. So I appreciate you, man. Have a good night. And hopefully, Guy, you need to come on, bro. How many times I gotta tell you? But let's move on from this, because Famous Monsters of Filmland 152. This is a magazine, of course. And look at this magazine cover featuring Christopher Reeve. Everybody's Superman. Superman hype is alive and kicking right now, but a CGC 9.6 of this, $223 Baker Shaker. Not bad, man. If you grew up in this era, I could imagine this would be awesome to own, man.
I could tell you one thing, man. That's impressive to get a 9.6 on a magazine. To top it all off, a black cover. It's so hard, man. Magazines aren't as sturdy as comic books, man.
Yeah.
They just get ripped up so easily. They get shredded. They get finger dents. They get all kinds of stuff. And then with the glue in the spine, you can't really go too hard on the pressing, man. So 9.6, man. Wow.
Yep. Agreed. Jordan Ferguson's in the house, man. Of course, Jordan, appreciate you being here. Eternal Comics. Guys, go show some love. Check out Eternal Comics over on Instagram. But appreciate you being here, even if you're watching a movie. Baker says, look at me. I'm the list now. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, great book, great magazine to own, especially if you grew up, like I said, in this era. I still to this day, probably the best Superman. Fight me.
Sure,
Fight
for
me.
sure.
But all right. Let's move on because we've got a huge sale. I put this one particularly because I know you love this book, Incredible Hulk #1, origin and first appearance of the Hulk. We got Rick Jones, Betty Ross, and General Ross in this book, as well as first appearances, and a CGC 4.0 sold for 30,220 Canadian dollars. Armin, we could have bought my car at least 18 times with that kind of coin.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Every time I see a copy of this book, it's beat up to hell, man. And it's like 15,000, 20,000. And it's like, what? It's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's just,
the book?
I never ever owned the Hulk one, but it's always been a dream to own one, but my priority was to finish my ASM run. So I never chased this book, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's gonna forever be one of the biggest books in my opinion. I wish to own it one day. I know some people who do, but yeah, kind of like you with the AF-15. I know you have an AF-15, which congratulations again. I know it's been in your collection for quite some time, signed by Stan Lee too, right?
Yeah, man. Thanks. That's it's a keeper, for sure.
But I think next to AF-15, Hulk 1 is there for me as well. I'd love to own this book. 30,000.
I think this book is a rarer book than the AF-15 or a Spider-Man one or even a Fantastic Four one, man, or a X-Men one. This is really tough to find.
Yep.
In high grade.
Of course. But all right, guys. I said we were going to talk a book that I'm almost certain not many people knew about, but check this out because G.I. Joe America's Elite issue 36. This is Devil's Due Staff Edition. So as you can see, the publishing company was Devil's Due for this book, and a CGC 9.8 sold for 3,162 Canadian dollars. This is some serious coin, but there is probably questions playing over in your head. Why? Why did this sell for such a big coin? Well, let's take a look at this together because, guys, this particular book, here's some information about it. So as you can see, this issue 36 is the very last issue published by Josh Blaylock's Devil's Due Publishing. As the day of release arrived, a special cover was produced, often referred to as the Staff Employee or Devil's Due Edition comic. For CGC, it's listed as the as the former. They have 7 on their census as of 2022. This cover of the final comic is rumored and slightly confirmed to have only had 50 copies produced. The intention of the comic was for it to go to Devil's Due staff, many who were leaving, as the G.I. Joe license was also leaving Devil's Due Publishing. So this is pretty impressive. I mean, we don't need to go through the rest, as you can already see.
Yeah. Oh my
This was
god.
pretty much just given to the staff. There's not many copies that exist. So seeing this actually make a sale is very impressive. By no means did anybody think, a G.I. Joe book of such would hit $3,000, right? This by no means was either on my radar, right? No, I don't think anybody would have ever thought of this book. Now, I had no idea of the history behind this book, so to see this sale and then read on what actually caused this book to sell at such a high price was pretty neat to come across. So there's not many copies out there. If you guys do come across a copy for a good price, just remember this show, just remember this episode, remember it, and putting it in your face, because I've never heard of it up until now.
This is crazy, man.
Yep.
Likewise, never heard of it. It's a ghost. This thing is a ghost, man.
Yep, exactly, man. It was meant just for the staff, so it's pretty cool. Now it's the complete opposite of what happened with that Spawn NetherRealm one, where the tournament, obviously, we ended up discovering many other copies, but
oh my god,
this one here I could confirm I didn't see many sales related to this at all. So Michael Baker and myself have been watching this sale for the entire week, and then it finally sold. I believe it was yesterday. So again, pretty impressive, 3,162 Canadian dollars. I really thought this was going to be the big sale, the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, but then the story behind this one actually took the cake for me. So I was like, yeah, I think this is the one. So there you
go. For me at school, people said, you're so short, and then I said, at least I'm smart.
There you go.
Because everyone in my class is not very nice. Smart.
There you go. Be
and
show them with kindness, bro.
They're tall, but the thing is, they have no brain. So
no Spawn books. Cheaphead, no Spawn books by Michael Baker. But guys,
how is that possible?
Yeah, no Spawn. But he actually sent me some. I'll be honest with you guys, I cut them out because it was getting
the list.
Yeah, it was getting overloaded with Spawn books. But we're on to the final segment of the show.
Wait, before you go.
Yep.
I was gonna say before we get this final segment, I've always wanted to say, every time I see your Baker Shakers, I'm like, is it gonna be one of my books? Is it gonna be one of my books? Man, I'm still trying to get on that Baker list, man.
Yep. Hey, hit me up, man. Let me know. We'll keep an eye out for them. But Baker Shaker is taking a life on its own, man, within this channel.
For sure.
I appreciate it, dude. I get asked. Michael Baker tells me as well that he gets asked by multiple people on multiple channels, like, "Hey, man, Baker Shaker, what's up?" and stuff like that. It's not his actual name. His name is Michael Baker. It's not Baker Shaker. But yeah, man. So I appreciate it. It's fun. But Baker Shaker might take on a life of its own. We might just make it its own thing at some point.
Nice.
Maybe a monthly thing. So we'll look into it. But man, cool. Baker Shaker is now taking requests, so you can let him know which books you want from your collection, and he'll keep an eye out.
Nice.
Yeah. So I want a first appearance of the Watcher, but the Watcher I got is actually Michael Baker. So that I'll settle for it. I'll take it. But guys, final segment of the show. We're gonna get into the hot topics. Like I said, lots of hot topics to discuss. So of course, for the last time, I'm gonna ask, are you guys ready?
We're ready, right?
There you go. He's ready. All right, guys, hot topics, and we're going to get into a hot discussion at the end of this, man, because I'm curious to know what you guys in the chat think about the biggest topic I want to discuss tonight regarding new comics that are coming out every week. So to kick it off, I just want to inform you guys, in case you missed it, well, Deadpool and Wolverine tickets go on sale tomorrow. So this is not news. We're not going to have a discussion about this. I'm just letting you guys know tomorrow. The tickets are going on sale, so make sure you will get your applications ready to purchase your tickets. I'm ready. I already did a head count of the boys. I said, how many? We're buying 8 tickets. No problem. I'll buy them. Don't mess around. If you're in, you're in. So make sure you get your tickets tomorrow. The runtime is apparently 2 hours and 7 minutes, so I'm looking forward to this. We're getting a little closer to actually seeing this movie. I cannot wait. So mark your calendars, guys. Tomorrow morning, keep an eye out for that. All right, let's get into the real stuff now. Some DC stuff and slightly MCU stuff related. Chris Pratt says he will 100% be returning as Star-Lord and appearing in James Gunn's DC, universe. So he said, how about both? Let's do both. I think it's 100% both. So he's stating that he's going to be in possibly both. I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem.
I think Chris Pratt might be in the was the one who voiced him in the new Mario movie.
Yep. So he voiced Super Mario, and this weekend, up and coming, because yes, Christopher, I have kids and I watch movies. I was gonna say that Garfield is coming out this week, also voiced by Chris Pratt. So Chris Pratt's been doing quite a few voiceovers, but now talking Marvel and DC, saying he might do both. So I'm curious. First off, what do you think of that?
Oh my God, man! The first time I read this, I was like, "What? Star Wars is gonna be in DC?" Then I realized, okay, he's doing both. All right. I mean, it's great, man. Why not? I don't see anything wrong with that.
But the thing I hate, sorry, but for cutting you off. But the thing I hate about Chris Pratt is that they deleted all the Mario sounds, and now all the future games and stuff, they're gonna be Chris Pratt's sound, not the good Italian Mario voice that I like.
So it's actually not Chris Pratt on the video games. They got somebody else.
They got somebody else for the video.
Yeah, they got somebody else for the video games. But Charles Martinet did retire, and I'm also equally devastated. But regardless,
and the only Christopher Pratt, and I mean the only Christopher Pratt, Chris Pratt, game is gonna be Mario Wonder.
Why he did Mario Wonder?
Yeah, he only did that one.
Oh, okay. I'm not too sure about that. We'll look into it. I have Mario Wonder.
He did.
But all right. Chris Pratt saying 100% returning as Star-Lord in the MCU, but the DCU, if obviously I had to guess who he's gonna be,
right?
I'm gonna go with Booster Gold. I think he would. Yeah, I think he would kill it as Booster Gold. It's also been talked about in the past, right? A lot of people, when the announcement came out about Booster Gold, were saying the same thing. It's like, man, Chris Pratt could totally pull this off. So I think it's a good fit. If that's the case, Star-Lord, Booster Gold, sign me up. I'm good.
I think that makes a very good, definitely very good casting, man. I could see him playing that role with his eyes closed, man.
Yep.
Definitely.
We shall see. But moving on. I don't know if you guys saw this. So Agatha All Along will officially premiere on Disney Plus September 18. And what's pretty funny about this is now this is the final official title of the upcoming series. And we've gone through the ringer. Like, look how many names we got leading up to this. We had Agatha the Lying Witch with the Great Wardrobe. That was very quick. Like, we saw that and then it was gone. Then we got Agatha Darkhold Diaries. We had Agatha Coven of Chaos. We had what's it called?
House of Darkness.
House of Harkness. But yeah, man. So it's gone through the ringer of names. And yeah, I'm just happy to see that it was Agatha All Along be the one that wins it all. Now, do I care about the name changes? No. I just want to see the episodes. Like, I'm looking forward to this.
Wow. I don't even know who Agatha is, man.
Oh, stop. She's the nanny.
Of who?
Well, she was watching Frank. There's tons of other stuff that we can get to. I hope that's what plays out within the MCU. I would love to see this show, kind of tie into the whole Fantastic Four stuff, or at least start getting some Easter eggs. But we'll see, man. I'm looking forward. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the Agatha stuff. They weren't name changes; they were intended to be part of marketing. Then I think that's cool. That was a cool approach. I had no idea, so I think it's pretty cool thinking of it in that light. But again, we saw so many names. I'm like, man, what's going on? It was annoying me at one point. I'm like, what's gonna be the name?
I thought the names were like the episodes one by one.
No, Cliff, you're not. I'm actually looking forward to it. I think they can do some cool stuff here, especially if it ties into the Fantastic Four. Dan De La Torre saying, BC, what's good, my man? Yo, Dan, appreciate you being here. Dan, we got to get you on. It's been too long. I haven't hung out with you, so I miss you, brother. Appreciate you coming to hang out. But let's move on from this. Oh, yes, she's going to tie it to Billy. Yeah, for sure. But let's move on because Nicolas Cage is returning as
Yes.
a live action Spider-Man noir. Now, I know some people feel a certain way about this, but he's officially set to headline a new series for Spider-Man noir. In live action, I'm kind of puzzled. Dude, he's up there in age. It's the reality. I'm not gonna lie about that, but I think he crushed it in the across the Spider Verse, the animated Sony stuff. I imagine he's going to be in costume most of the time, so at least I hope. So it shouldn't be too crazy. Maybe we'll see him voicing over more because clearly it's going to be a stunt double. No way he's going to be doing some wall crawling. But
No.
besides all that, what's your thoughts on this? Do you think this is a
Honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I think if they do it in kind of like the way they did Sin City,
yeah,
it's gonna be kind of like a masterpiece,
yeah,
And also, I mean, he does use weapons, right? And he does things different than the traditional Spider-Man, right? So, the age factor, I mean, doesn't really. I don't think it causes a handicap for him,
yeah,
Like you said, it's going to be in costume most of the time for the stunts.
yeah.
And when he's going to be, his whatever alter ego, doesn't matter what age is, I mean, like I think it'll be more of a fit regardless of his age. I think it's a perfect fit, man.
Yeah, I like what you just said though, in the comparison to Sin City, because in that light, yeah, I think it would be great because we saw Sin City. I think the visuals of Sin City was absolutely impressive when it came out at that time. It was just it was great. So I could totally see something like that for Spider-Man Noir. I love the idea. So yeah, shout out to you. That was awesome. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited regardless because it's a Spider-Man title. Again, I always hate when it's somebody else because this is now going to be on Prime Video, right? So it's Amazon. That's the thing that
But Amazon's pretty good. I mean, they're what's it called? Fallout was awesome, man.
It was incredible. Yeah, Fallout's incredible. I give it to Amazon for that one. But it's a Spider-Man title outside of Marvel. It kind of scares me. I guess I have PTSD from Sony. So look what you did.
Sony, man. Oh my god.
I would not get my hopes up for a Sin City feel. That's a lot of post-production. Yeah, very true. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. So let's move on because this was rumored, and I think it's pretty cool, man. Look at this, okay? We'll touch on multiple things regarding it, but a limited series about Steve Rogers returning the Infinity Stones is in development at Marvel Studios. Now, we don't know if this is true or not. I did see a lot of talks about this over on Instagram. I was scrolling and I saw people sharing it in their stories, and I was like, do I need this? Kind of, even Anthony from Reference Point podcast, we were having the discussion with Chiapet, and he said the same thing. Like, do I need this? No, but am I, interested? Yes. I think it's a great idea. I think it would be a cool way to give us back Cap. At the same time, showing us what he encountered along the way when, returning the stones. And when he did so, did it impact the outcome for where the MCU is at right now for the Marvel Universe? So, example, maybe Loki's fate, now that he's good and holding together the entire timeline, is it because something may have, transpired when he was returning the stones that, created another branch, and that's where we ended up. So I just think if they go that route and give us more story that ties into where we're at today, then I'm all for it, and possibly what's to come, right? I think it's a good idea.
It's interesting. I didn't think of it in that way.
Yeah.
I was like more on the same front as, same feeling as when you first started talking about it, where do I really need to know what happened? We already know we already saw the after effect. I mean, who cares how it happened? We're already past that point, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, okay, but on the other hand, sure, it's going to be if it's well done, it's going to entertain us, and I would spend my time actually watching it. It's not going to be. I wouldn't be. I don't know, disappointed
Yeah,
if the
if
story
it,
is well done. If the story is well done.
yeah,
Michael
and
Baker. Michael Baker just said, or a few minutes ago.
This
Yeah.
works if Chris Evans returns.
yeah,
Oh.
the
He's
actor,
going
the
to
actor.
actually
But
play.
that's the thing, is kind of like I said, if we get it, great. If we don't,
Mhm.
I'm okay without it. So
Right, right. It's not a must-have.
exactly. But I think it would be neat considering where we're at within the MCU. So would be fun to see. But moving on, this was pretty big all across Instagram and everywhere. It was on headlines because Natasha Lyonne cast in mystery role for MCU's The Fantastic Four. Now, of course, production for the film will begin this summer, but the cast has been a very impressive cast so far. Names that I never thought would make their way over on to, the Fantastic Four movie, but immediately you're looking at her. I'm thinking of past projects, which I won't get into because Christopher is here. But
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Say it.
no, Natasha Lyonne,
I'm good.
um, great actress. Now the question plays over. Now that it's a mysterious role, who would she play? Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean,
go ahead.
personally, I'm not, again, huge with Fantastic Four lore. I don't know a lot about it. So I just saw what they wrote. I don't know a lot about it, man. I could not guess who she would play, man. No clue.
So check this out, okay? Because on her story on Instagram, which she immediately deleted, she is saying, "I heard rumors of an alternate Iron Man from that universe." Okay.
Oh,
Um,
whoa, okay, that's
she
out there.
immediately deleted here. I kind of gave it away, sorry. But in the story, you see she had fans her fours. She reposted this, and it says Natasha Lyonne fans her flames. What kind of flames? Well, immediately, you guys remember the spec. We got rumors that we were gonna see Frankie Ray Nova, right? So I think when you look at her, she could totally pull it off. I think it's a good casting if that's going to be the case. So obviously Fantastic Four 164 being the first appearance, and then you have Fantastic Four 244 where you have her as, the Herald of Galactus. There you can see the toy to the right. So I don't know why I put the toy, but regardless, it's just to put emphasis on.
Yeah, the look.
I think it's a possibility. So we've gotten Shalabal. We've heard a lot of Shalabal, but Frankie Ray Nova, I really think this is going to be a casting. I think exactly. I think it's perfect. I don't think it's a bad choice if they're going this route with her. And she looks the part, man. She totally looks the part, dude. Like,
Look, for me, honestly, I really enjoy the movies like let's say Fantastic Four or even some of the X-Men's and whatnot because of the fact that I don't know too much of the continuity. I don't get disappointed if anything bad were to happen. You know what I mean? I don't even notice it. So
yeah.
I tend to enjoy those movies more versus like movies where it's like they take my favorite favorite character and they ruin it, you know?
Can I just say something? When are we gonna end the show? Because
We're getting there. We're getting there.
I'm angry at you and
Chris,
my dad.
Chris, you can go to bed if you want.
No, I don't want to, but Mama's gonna Mama's gonna be like,
No, don't worry. If you gotta go, don't worry. And if you want to stay, you're more than
he's
welcome.
gonna become the holy demon.
We're getting there. We're getting there, Chris. But again, I think she could totally pull off Frankie Ray Nova. That's where my money's at. We'll see when we get an.
All right.
We'll come
Yeah,
back.
man.
We'll circle back to this. But let's move on. Another Nova announcement. Yes, and I will talk about this every time I can. Marvel Studios has decided to make the Nova Project a series for Disney Plus. So it looks like it's official once and for all.
Nice.
And what we're getting here as news is they reportedly decided to make their Nova Project a Disney Plus series. The show will reportedly feature both Richard Rider and Sam Alexander. It will begin production in 2025. Who's excited for this? Now, we saw this coming. I knew we were going to see both of them, especially with what we're getting within the MCU. We can possibly get the Champions, Young Avengers. I don't know if they would throw Nova into the hat. I hope not. More champions I could see, but anyways, besides the point, we're getting that young core. So Sam Alexander was a given. Now, what's interesting about this is Marvel Studios television animation head Brad Winderbaum hints at a live action Nova series. Nova certainly is exciting to us. We've got some great ideas simmering. I think there's a lot of potential there. I love Nova from the comics, especially the Richard Rider era. We'll see what happens, but I will say this is but I will say that is a particular project we are excited about and excited about developing. So a lot of excitement behind this. Again, no surprise that we're going to see both of them. So I'm happy. Of course, being a Nova fan,
I know you're a big fan, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward as hell for this.
I mean, it could be good, man. I mean, like I said, I enjoy all the projects, whether I'm familiar with them or not. I mean, to me, just the fact of seeing all these cool characters on the screen is enough, man. It's enough to satisfy me,
Yeah, no, for sure, dude. I hope that when they do build this, now I'm a bit concerned. The fact that we're getting Richard Rider and Sam Alexander, I feel like we're going to get the Hank Pym, Scott Lang treatment, where we're going to get Scott Lang probably at the forefront with Hank Pym at the back.
Right.
A lot of good story left out for Hank Pym, although he was a piece of, sorry, Christopher, within comics. But yeah, I would like to see. I would like to see a lot more of Richard Rider stuff, especially when it comes to Annihilation. I talk about Annihilation a lot because it's one of my favorite things to ever take place in Marvel Comics. But yeah, I hope we don't skip over all that fun stuff just to get Sam Alexander. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
It's okay if you say bad words in front of me. I already know.
Never. No.
I know all of them. You could say anything.
When I bring my books to get pressed and clean, your dad's gonna have a talk with me. I want to avoid that talk. So, yeah. But all right, let's move on from Nova, guys. We're gonna talk the big topic for tonight. Chat, I want to see what you guys have to say about this, and I want to shout out UniX for being here. Uni brother, appreciate you being here. Nothing but love. Miss you, bro. We haven't had the chance to talk too much, but yeah, you're always here, bro. You're always here. But yeah, big topic. Are new comics in again? So I would say it's kind of clickbait. But the reason why I want to have this conversation is because although a lot of people say the same things, right? They say, oh, comics just ain't the same anymore. It's not where it used to be. Or, the COVID numbers and the boom and the this and the that. Every week so far, I have seen books pop, not just spec wise, right? Read wise, like just based on the reads. Like, let's take Ultimate Spider-Man #1 and the Ultimate Spider-Man universe, right? People fell in love with the read more so than the first appearances. And to be honest with you, that's not his first appearance. We all know it's from Ultimate Invasion. Now we hop on over. Look, Beneath the Trees, right? That was something people enjoyed. This week, Doom. Guys, I could have put 1,000 books up. Like literally every week, there's something that's popping. Doom #1 this week, nobody saw coming. In my opinion, that was probably one of the best reads this year.
Wow.
It's up there, like hands down. Doom 1 was fantastic, but again, no speculation behind it. We're seeing sales at $27 Canadian here. And
crazy.
Yeah, like bids going at 25, still ongoing. Like the book started to move. Now, my question is, I say in again. Personally, I don't think it's never not been in, right? Like it's always been a thing. But every week, we tend to see this happening more so than often. And Armin, you are somebody who buys comics. You ship them off to get slabbed right away. You know what I mean? And you're doing the quick flip. There's nothing wrong with this. But my question here is, yes, we've seen comics come down. Mostly, those back issues, not the back issues, but issues from the past. Comics from the past that peaked during the pandemic, came back down. We're seeing the floor. But when it comes to new comics, almost every week we're seeing books pop. And one, I think it's a good thing. I love the fact that people are still interested in such things, but it's no longer just first appearances. It's no longer just um, first cover appearance or whatever it is, or MCU spec. No, simply for the read, man. And I'm seeing this more often, and I'm actually happy to see that be taking place. Now, would you say that comics are in again? Again, like I said, for me, it was always in. I'm also a reader. I'm a
Yeah.
collector, so it's never died out. But to the average person who's just, maybe on the fence about coming into the hobby, or maybe they're just in it for financial gain or whatever it is, what do you think right now of what's happening with the new comics? Let's look at the last year
Mhm.
of comics.
Sure,
What's
sure,
your
man.
thoughts?
Look, let's say when I'm gonna buy on FOC something, I'm gonna buy books that I want to read, and then I look for books that have nice covers that I could flip. Those are my two what criterias when I'm FOC. Okay, books that I have nice covers that I could grade and flip, and books that I want to read.
Yeah.
And Doom was not on my reading list.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I mean, again, Comic Legion, man, they talked so highly about this book
Yeah.
that I picked up a couple of copies from them.
Yep.
And I'm so happy that I did, because those guys, I mean, with their chat, they have great information. They share with everybody in the chat. It's awesome. And it's a great place to get information on new books that I am not aware of, because I'm only, again, looking at what I personally want to read and what I think is nice to flip, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's important for people that want to be in the know to be in these types of groups where people share the knowledge and share the information on new books, if you want to profit from these little pops,
Yeah.
because it's difficult to do it on your own. I'm telling you, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, and it's not only just if you want, example, like you said, to get the books and to make the coin off of. It's also you want to get it before anything pops, because you don't want to pay premium if you want to own the book. Example,
Right.
myself, I wanted this book. I ordered myself a few copies. I got multiple covers because I just really liked the covers. I love the Perez one, even though I hate covers of a character. Like Galactus is on that cover,
Right.
and
Right.
in the back it says Doom. I hate when it's just not the same character of the trade.
Right.
But regardless, George Perez killed it. I love George Perez's art. I always did, so I made sure to buy it. But Doom, um, was just a great read, and I gotta agree with Uni. The fact that they left it open at the end, I like that though, because maybe it's not gonna entirely be a cliff. Like maybe it's not gonna be the end of it. Maybe we'll see something down the road where they'll tie back to that, and then we're always gonna chase this one shot again.
Yeah.
But there's just a lot of books in the last couple of months. Go back a year, we can go to Spider Boy. We can go over and
Right.
over. Like I said, we can go as far back as you want. There's something popping
Every week.
every week, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, you spoke particular groups, and I want to shout out, example, Left Arrows, not because he's a friend of the channel, and we obviously support each other, but he does go above and beyond to put information out there, and he does this for absolutely zero return, bro. So yeah, I agree with you. Being part of these communities and so forth to get information, and like I learn off of UniX, who's here in the chat. I learn off of Cliff when he's talking about stuff. I'll learn about anybody who's it, Michael Baker himself. Like, dude, everybody. I think that's a very important part of collecting, but most importantly, reading. There's nothing wrong if you're a cover collector, if you're a reader only, if you prefer exclusives, if you prefer slabs, however the hell you want to collect. Nobody's judging. Nobody, you
Right.
shouldn't be. Nobody gives a shit. Sorry, Christopher. But I didn't see his face. But nobody cares, right? You should be collecting. When you walk, like when I walk into my room, I'm proud of what I see
Oh
in,
yeah,
in my
100%,
collection, right? That's what's most important. But
for sure.
telling people how to collect, in my opinion, and gatekeeping, that's a whole nother stupidity. Now,
No.
when it comes to the new comics, like I said, I want to highlight one particular comment that came up because it is spot on, JF, man. Right now, I find for comic readers, we're being spoiled. we're being spoiled with such great stuff, good content, good reads. Jonathan Hickman, great writers. Like we can keep going forever, man. There's so much good stuff coming out read wise. I think it's a good time to be a reader, or more so than a collector, right?
100%, man. It's better. Look, it just goes to show you that the market is healthy because it's driven by the stories, and it's not just people specking, and buying 20 books of this cover because, like you said, there's a first appearance.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's a first appearance of some random character that 99% of the time is not going to amount to anything. And yet people are buying 20 copies of this book. Doesn't make sense to me, man. Buy a book because you love the story, you love the art, you love the book. That's it, man. You know what I mean? Don't buy it because, like you said, because somebody else told you to buy it. That's the worst thing you could do.
Yeah, and what I'm loving right now is seeing the live chat talking about some of the books. Like, look, 2 weeks ago, Ben saying Spider-Woman 7, and now we have the second print over on FOC. Then you got JF saying Twilight, so we got Void Rivals, we got Ultimate Spider-Man, all great like movies,
Ultimate
right?
Invasion, Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, Energon, like Geiger.
Energon.
Dude, we can go on forever. So, in my opinion, comics never were not the in thing. I think right now we're being spoiled read-wise. And it's interesting to see some books popping off based off of reads, right? I enjoy seeing that. And it's kind of what inspired me to do what I'm going to be doing with Jeb over on the channel very shortly, which I'll talk about again when we wrap up the show. But yeah, man, it's just new comics are still holding, even post-pandemic, in my opinion. We do tend to see a boom. Another comment that came up was about incentives and ratios, exclusives, I would say slightly. But yeah, man, we are seeing some of the incentives really popping every week, right? Some of those exploding. Look at the Godzilla one we just covered, right? It was what, 300 and something dollars Canadian. You know, it was a raw book.
Yeah,
now I love Art Adams, but do I $365 or whatever it was love him? It's up there. It hurts the wallet, but yeah, man, it's just neat to see. So my thoughts, just to summarize all of that, I think we're in a good place right now, man. Comics is just, it's a great time to be a reader and a collector at the same time. So those are
I mean, I think every era or every decade has its good and its bad when it comes to comics, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why if you're constantly buying what you like and you enjoy, no matter what's going on around you, whatever the landscape may be, you're still gonna love the comics you're buying, regardless of what the market is doing, what the aftermarket is doing. But what's great is that now we're actually getting good stories that we can enjoy even more. It's not just about the next new character or the next new storyline or the next new gimmick or the next new cover, you know? It's decent stories. It's been long overdue, let's say, because throughout the pandemic, we didn't really get much good stories.
Yeah. I would say it's a bit of all of it. Even covers, right? People buy based on just the cover, and that's fine. Like, we've seen covers pop because they're just great covers. Look at the Jen Bartel 1 in 50 we talked about earlier. The trick, how do I get my wife to love the comics I'm buying? Yeah, that's a whole other ball game. That I can't help you with. Yeah, impossible. But like I said, good time to be, a comic fan, in my opinion, especially if you enjoy the reads. And also New Comic Book Day, shout out to everybody putting out some information over on, Instagram and so forth. It's awesome. In my opinion, I'm loving where we're at in today's time for New Comic Book Day. Go back to characters like Tosin and stuff like that. We were okay. But I think right now we're doing much better.
Yeah.
Guys, that was the show. I'm curious to know what you guys thought. So, of course, if you're catching the replay, comment below. Let me know what you guys think about the current situation when it comes to New Comic Book Day. But Christopher, Armin, I want to thank you guys for hopping on. Before I let you guys go, I just want to remind everybody, I announced it at the beginning of the show. I'm going to announce it again. This week, I'm going to be doing a pre-record with Michael Schwartz. We're going to talk about his book, Armored, which was absolutely incredible. I highly encourage everybody to pick it up, give it a read, because he's onto something cool here with this title. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. The video is going to drop probably towards the weekend. And then moving on, I'm going to be reuniting with the boys over on Comic Kingpins. That's right. I'm going to be on their channel May 27th. So we're going to reunite for one night only, have a Kingpins hangout. So that's going to be fun. It's been 1 year since I launched this channel. So going back to home base and then doing the thing again. Now, moving on from that, new content. What's Poppin' is going to be dropping, where we're going to talk about all things pop culture related. So myself, Chia Pet, Anthony from Reference Point Podcast, we're going to be talking about pop culture things, whether it be sports, whether it be wrestling, whether it be Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, whatever it is. We're going to be talking about all that. So we're going to branch out. And last but not least, the Blacklist. So every month, I'm going to have a monthly episode doing a show where I'm going to highlight some of the biggest sales and, you know, some of the cool sales, talk books from within the month, and go through all that fun stuff with myself and a guest every month. So keep an eye out for that. And like I told you guys earlier, keep an eye out for what I'm going to be putting together with Infamous Jeb, because Infamous Jeb and myself are going to be talking kind of what we just wrapped up with new comic book day stuff. You know, talking some of the titles dropping now, the reads, and speculating on possibly, you know, what might take place, speculating on which characters might resurface from the past and all that fun stuff. And you can find not only all that content over here on YouTube, but as of June, every episode that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be recording and dropping over on podcast streaming platforms as well. So you'll be able to drive into work and listen on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that fun stuff. But Armin.
Yeah.
Before we go,
Big sale. Mm-hmm.
Remind the people.
Yeah, guys, come. Don't forget to come join us. Right, next Saturday, next Sunday.
And also,
May
I have
26th.
something to say after
Yeah,
my dad.
Christopher's gonna give a little something to say too at the end. So yeah, we are planning, like I said, some little surprises, a little bit of a twist here and there.
I'm gonna sell some comics too.
Christopher's gonna try to sell some of his comics too.
There you go.
But you know, for
Make a
example,
profit.
I'll give you another little something that we're gonna try out is, you know how sometimes people do a claim all on the board, right?
Yep.
I'm thinking, well, if somebody does a claim all, I'm gonna give them 10% off the board, man.
By the
Yep.
way, I'm selling
cool.
my book. I'm selling my books USD money.
Oh,
Okay. He's
really?
going for that
You
exchange.
know, it's a Canadian show, right?
I
He's
know.
going for that exchange. Take care, Louis.
My books are USD, okay? So
So
Yeah.
that's it, man. It's just gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, it's gonna be a family event, and you know, we're just gonna try to. I mean, I'm not gonna say we're not gonna be like winging it, but like we're preparing stuff. But it's just gonna be like, I don't know. It's just gonna go with the flow type of thing, you know?
Yeah. Well,
And-
I'll definitely be tuning in. I'm going to check that out because, of course, I know you got some great stuff. So definitely going to try to buy some cool books. So, guys, subscribe, show some love to Gear Up. And, of course, Christopher.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Christopher wants to.
So I've been wanting to reach to 50 subscribers.
50.
Mm.
50. That's my new goal. I'm at 31 subscribers. I'm gonna say my YouTube channel. No one has really went to my YouTube channel except Theros. Has went to my YouTube channel.
Wait. What about
Theros.
Lefteros?
Lefteros.
I did too. I did
He
too.
did too.
Oh yeah, Black Crown Comics.
Mhm.
There you go.
Whoa.
So you want to tell them what your channel is?
It's Gear Up 260. It's capital G. That's the only capital. Then it's EARUP. No spaces. CHO
I love it.
260.
Perfect.
Christopher,
And let me show you my page.
I'm gonna remove your dad's link and I'm gonna put yours instead. Okay.
There
In
you
the
go.
description of
Yeah,
the video.
you know you're able to put two.
But yours is more important. Yours is more important.
All right, they got it.
So also I have
You're happy now?
funny, cat videos.
There you go.
Please get me to 50 subscribers so I can do lives.
There you go.
Oh, he wants to do lives.
Oh, you're in trouble now. You're in
Oh,
trouble
boy.
now.
Oh boy.
But all right, guys, that was the show. Thank you so much for hanging out. Of course,
Bye bye. I
Christopher.
will be leaving.
Yeah, Armin, appreciate you guys. Have a
It was
great
awesome.
week. And good luck. Good luck on the sale. I'll be tuning in. Guys, have yourselves
Thanks,
a
man.
great week. I'll catch you guys next Sunday. Adios.